Hello everybody. So I'm back with part 2 of Deep Water. So let's get started. And if you haven't watched my Deep Water part 1, please go watch it. Above the link I have posted. Please go watch it and come back to the Deep Water 2. Today we will be continuing with where we have stopped last time. Okay, let's get started. Now about the author, we already know who is the author for this. That is William Douglas. This is a picture which I have given you at the first part also. You just need to remember this deep water and let's get deep into the chapter and understand more better. So this was the story of the boy which is now right now continuing. Okay, if you remember, he had an idea. What idea he had it that once his toes touch down, what he will do, he will just jump and jump like what, once he jump he will come up like a croc. What do you mean by croc? That champagne cap is there, that is known as croc. So he will just jump this way upper, but nothing happened. The jump made no difference. The water was still. The water was still. Means वैसे का वैसा around me. I looked for ropes, ladders, water wings. He was trying to looking who he, the author. Nothing but water was there. A mass of yellow water held me. Star terror took an evil dipper hold on me like a great charge of electricity. Now author is saying कि अभी इतना गंदा लग रहा था उसे, he was unable to get in. His effort of getting jump and coming out also was useless for him. And star terror means more darker terror, okay, more dangerous terror, okay, took even deeper hold on me. He was even deeper like before. Okay, I shook and trembled. He was just like ऐसे कांपते ना, वैसे एकदम डर से tremble होने लग गया with fright. Okay, then वो ऐसे हिलने लग गया, shake. My arms wouldn't move, my legs wouldn't move. What was happening with him? His arm was also not moving, his legs were also not moving. I tried to call for help, to call for mother. Obviously we all, whenever we feel we are in pain, the first person that comes into our mind is what? The first word come to our mind is what? Out of the word is mother, mama, right? Same over here. But nothing happened. And then strangely there was a light. I was coming out of the awful yellow, awful means dirty, yellow water. At least my eyes were. My nose was almost out too. Then I started down a third time. Again, he started down third time. I sucked for air and got water. Okay, sucked means I pulled. मैंने पुल किया सो दैट एक ऑक्सीजन एयर मिले. ओके, जैसे ही उसने सोचा कि मैं थोड़ी सी हवा लूंगा, what happened is water went inside. The yellowish light was going out. Then all effort ceased. Ceased means एक बार के लिए पूरा end हो गया, stop हो गया. I relaxed. Even my legs felt limp and blackness swept over my brain. Means अब उसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. There is no common sense he is having right now. वो होश में ही नहीं है. He is not in his senses only. Okay, it wiped out fear. It wiped out tear. मतलब सब कुछ होश ही नहीं था. Obviously there is no terror. There is no fear. There was no more panic. It was quiet and peaceful. Nothing to be afraid of. This is nice. To be drowsy. To go to sleep. No need to jump. Too tired to jump. It's nice to be carried gently. To float along in space. Tender arms around me. Tender arms like mothers. Now I must go to sleep. I closed to oblivion and curtain of life fell. Now all this author saying over here that there was nothing. He couldn't jump. He couldn't move. He was feeling drowsy, means उसको चक्कर आ रहे थे. Everywhere it was a darkness. There was nothing to be. There was no effort he would require now to jump or come out. Also, he was feeling really like okay, fine. Now I cannot do anything. So he was not in his senses as well. Again and again he was feeling like he's fainting right now. So that's the reason he is saying it's nice. I don't need to jump. I don't need to put more effort. I'm over here only. मतलब वो completely darkness में था. Oblivion means darkness. The next I remember I was lying on the stomach beside the pool, vomiting. अब जैसे ही वो उठे, author, once he woke up, what he remembered is that he's vomiting. Okay, he's vomiting. The chap means what? The boy that threw me in was if you remember in the previous video I have taught you, there was a boy, a very good health physics boy was there. What he did is he just pulled the author, pulled him and just threw in the water, right? So same he's saying, the chap that threw me in was saying, but I was only fooling, means he was just kidding. Someone said, किसी ने बोला बीच में, the kid nearly died. Be all right now. Let's carry him to the locker room. Okay, so in short, the author came out of the water over here. Understood till here? Let's move next. So now, several hours later, the author, walked home. I was weak, trembling. Okay, I was weak and trembling. वही मतलब डर लग रहा था, ऐसे कांप रहे थे. I shook and cried when I lay on my bed. I couldn't eat that night. For days, haunting fear was in my heart. मतलब इतना बुरा भयानक था उसके लिए ये experience that was coming for many days behind him. Okay, it was a really bad experience, obviously. The slightest excursion upset me. Okay, the effort also, अब थोड़ा भी effort बहुत ज़्यादा upset कर रहा था उसे, making me wobbly in my knees, means unsteady, and sick to my stomach. I never went to the pool. I feared water. I avoided it whenever I could. A few years later, when I came to know about water of Cascades, beautiful water of Cascades, okay, I wanted to get into them, and whenever I did, whether I was wading means walking, the Titan or bumping river, or bathing in the warm lake of Goat Rocks, these are the names of the rivers, okay, the terror that has seized me in the pool would come back. Like wherever he used to go, wherever he used to feel कि नहीं यार इधर तो जाना ही है, बहुत beautiful place है, but still what used to happen, he used to take his leg back. Why? Because the terror used to take him back, and he used to feel as if the terror, that dirt is actually commanding him, is overpowering him. Okay, it would take possession of me completely. My legs would become paralyzed. I see horror, unfriendly horror, would grab my heart. This handicap stayed with me as the years rolled by. In canoes on main lakes, fishing for landlocked salmon, bass fishing on Hampshire, trout fishing on Dashes and Michaelis and Oregon, the fishing for salmon in the Columbia, at Bumping Lane in the Cascades. Now this all is which I've underlined in blue is the name of the different lakes and the type of water sports, okay, related to other trout fishing and all. Whenever I went, the hunting fear of water followed me. It ruined my fishing trips, deprived me of the joy of canoeing, boating and swimming. So the author is saying, जहाँ भी मैं आगे मेरे future में गया, what happened with him is he was unable to enjoy his trips. He was unable to go into the water only because the terror had took the complete power over me. To make he was so scared. वो इतना डर से जैसे डर ने पूरा घेर लिया था author को. And going to such beautiful places like Cascades and all that, still he couldn't do anything because he was completely not able to forget that nightmare, and he was feeling that the fear has actually overpowered him. Okay, let's move further. I used every way to knew to overcome this fear, but it has held me firmly in its grip. He tried everything to come out of it, but author को completely पकड़ चुका था. 1 October, I decided to get an instructor. He decided that I wanted and learn to swim. I went to a pool and I practiced 5 days a week, an hour each day. The instructor put a belt around me. A rope attached to the belt went through a pulley, then ran on an overhead cable. He held on to the end of the rope and we went back and forth across the pool, half hour after hour, the day after day, week after week. Means different types of swimming he was trying and he was doing it now. He started practicing. He was trying to overcome his fear. One each trip cross the pool, a bit of the panic seized me. वापस थोड़ा सा उसे डर लग रहा था जो उसको ओवरपावर कर रहा था. Okay, next, each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope and I went under, some of the old terror Whenever he used to go deep, the old terror returned and my legs froze. It was 3 months before the tension began to slack. Slack means loose. Then he taught me to put my face underwater and exhale, and to raise my nose and inhale. This is one of the swimming when you go deep water, that is exercise. I repeated the exercise hundreds of times. Bit by bit, I shared part of the panic that seized me when my head went under the water. धीरे धीरे करके he was trying to overcome his panic. Okay. Then, next he held me at the side of the pool and had me kick with my legs. Okay, for weeks I just did that. At first my legs refused to work, but they gradually relaxed and finally I could command them. Okay, next, let's see what happened next. Thus, by piece, he built a swimmer. Now he overcome his fear, the terror, the nightmare. And when he had perfected each piece, he put them together into an integrated whole. Okay. In April, he said, "Now you can swim." Who said? Instructor. To whom? The author. Dive up, swim the length of the pool. Crawl stroke. It's a type of one swim. Okay. I did. The instructor was finished. But I was not finished. I still wonder if I would be terror stricken. Mean still he was feeling fear and he was wondering that वो जो डर है वो गया कि नहीं पूरी तरह. Okay, because it was really a bad nightmare for him, a bad experience, lifetime experience, which was difficult for him to overcome, and it would be difficult for each one of us who will experience. When I was alone in the pool, I tried it. I swam the length up and down. Tiny vestiges of the old terror would return. थोड़े बहुत आ रहे थे. Vestiges means reminder. I was getting the memories flashbacks little bit. Trying to scare, but now I could frown and see to that terror. Means अब मैं बोल पा रहा हूँ अच्छे से. Okay. Trying to scare me? Huh. Well, years to look. And off I would go for another length of the pool. This went on until July. But I was still not satisfied. I was not sure that all terror had left, so I went to Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire, dived off at the dock at Ritz Island, and swam 2 miles across the lake to the Stampeg Island. So now the author, what he did, just to overcome his fear, what he did, he thought that no, I have to overcome. What I'll do is I'll hire a instructor, a swimming instructor. So he hired that. He practiced every day, 5 days a week, 1 hour each day, and he was trying to do different types of exercise which was instructed by the swimmer, okay, to him. So what he was doing is he was trying a lot to overcome his fear. The one who tries actually do overcomes. So that happened with him as well. Finally, he was able to overcome the fear with but with lots of efforts. Nothing is impossible, children. Same author has proved over here. Once if you have a bad experience doesn't mean you won't go to that way. You won't try. Once you have lost somewhere doesn't mean you will never ever play that game. Once you have failed an exam doesn't mean you will never ever try. Maybe you will come up with more than expected. So never give up. This is I would say the moral of this chapter as well. So same the author is giving you this beautiful message. Though he was having a terror, though he was having a lot of fear in his mind, in his heart, and he was actually that experience is really bad. Those who have actually experienced that person only can feel this pain, going deep into the water and getting stuck over there and feeling like you're unable to breathe and your arms are stuck, your legs are stuck. This feeling is really worst, and to overcome this feeling is one of the strength you should have it, which authors have it, and he has proved nothing is impossible. It's just that you need to overcome your fear. And what he did, he went to different types of lake again, was in New Hampshire, then dived off at the dock Ritz Island, swam 2 miles as well. Then he understood that he can do it. Okay, I swam the crawl, breaststroke, side stroke, and backstroke. So these are the types of swimming, different types of swimming. Okay, only once did the terror return. एक ही बार डर आया. When I was in the middle of the lake, I put my face under and saw nothing but bottomless water. मतलब एक ही बार author को डर फील हुआ कब, जब उसने अपना पूरा सर अंदर डाला and there was nothing he was feeling bottom है ही नहीं. Okay, that's it. The old sensation means the old feeling returned in miniature, thoda thoda. I laughed. and said, "Well, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me?" It fled. Who fled? The terror ran away, and I swam on. The author swam on. Yet I had residual doubts, means surplus doubts the. At my first opportunity, I hurried west, went up to 18 Conard Meadows, up Conard Creek, trailed to Mead Glaciers, and camped in the high meadow by the side of Worm Lake. Okay, the next morning I dived into the lake and swam across to the other shore and back just as Doug Croppen used to do. Is a well-known swimmer, and I shouted with joy. Gilbert Pig, written the echo, I had conquered my fear of water. So now over here, author, what he did, as soon as the terror came to him again, what he said, now you cannot do anything of me. I have the ability to face it. So that's the reason the terror also ran away. That's the actual fact of our life as well. Whenever we face the terror and we say we with the confidence, no, you cannot do anything of me, you actually can face the terror. You get the confidence of facing, same which the author got it, the confidence. Okay, same over here. So he's saying the fear of water, and now you have finally achieved what you were actually scared of in your life. You have achieved that. So it was really a very good experience for the author, and he was overjoyed here. Okay, let's move further. The experience had a deep meaning for me, as only who have known stark terror, means जिसने ये experience किया है इतना भयानक experience, the dangerous one, that only person can understand the winning feeling is how over here, and conquered it can appreciate. In death there is peace, there is terror only in the fear of death. वो बोल रहे हैं कि सिर्फ डर वो होता है कि मरना है, उसको हम बोलते हैं डर एक्चुअल में. As Roosevelt knew when he said, all we have to fear is fear itself, because I had experienced both. Sensation of dying, मतलब feeling of dying उसने already experience कर लिया था, and terror, that fear it can produce. जो वो डर था मरने का, वो क्या क्या फियर प्रोड्यूस कर सकता है, he had experienced already. Okay, will to live somehow grew in intensity, but you should have will to live, you should have willpower to overcome your fear. That's what he's trying to say. At last I felt released, free to walk the trails and climb the peaks and brush aside fear. So this was a beautiful story by the author, right? Deep Water. I hope you have understood. So these are the important question answers of NCERT textbook. So you can just write it down or whatever, you can go through it. For any other queries, feel free to reach out to me, use the comment box, and also don't forget to tell me how do you like my videos, and do share it with your friends if you find it useful. Chapter you want me to come, you can approach me anytime. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it. And stay tuned, stay happy. Bye bye. Take care.